Next. Welcome, Fred. Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, sure. Nice to be here. I'm just looking at my options.
Oh, really? I mean, to be frank, we usually expect a little more enthusiasm from our candidates.
Why? It seems like it's your job to sell me.
Well, perhaps you really don't want this situation. Aren't we good enough for you?
Well, how should I know? I mean, that won't come up until I have an accident.
An accident? I'll have you know we're strongly safety conscious around here. We haven't had an accident in over 100 days.
Well, that's a great record, but
Something's being lost in translation here. Context and semantics don't just help in interviews. They're now a critical aspect of search, and here's why.
So, Eric, what do we mean by semantic search?
Well, by semantic search, we mean the efforts of search engines to do a better job of understanding natural language.
Okay, so understanding the different ways people ask for information.
Right, Mark. So, for example, if I just search for hotels, Google will most likely show the hotels near wherever I am at that moment. But if I've been doing searches about Paris before that, then it's more likely to show me hotels near Paris or in Paris.
Why is Google bothering with doing that?
Well, the rise of voice search is kind of behind this. People interacting with Google by voice, especially on mobile devices, has been one of the prime motivators behind semantic search. When speaking a query, people tend to want to ask in the same way they would other humans with natural language.
So is semantic search just the search engine being smarter about query content then?
Well, no, it involves far more than that. For one thing, semantic search is connected to Google's quest for its search engine to understand the world and the functions between things and their relationships. Google's knowledge graph is a vast database that stores those connections, and it's Google's move from strings to things.
Strings to things?
Yes. So strings refers to words or groups of words. Before the knowledge graph and semantic search, search was largely dependent on the searcher using strings of words that the search engine recognized and could match to strings on web pages. But now Google can also go beyond strings to recognize the relationship and the context of various things, such as the way it knows that Le Royal Monceau is a hotel in the city of Paris, but the Motel 6 across the street here in Framingham, Massachusetts is not.
It sure isn't, but I'll bet there's a lot more to semantic search than that, right?
Indeed. We could talk about structured data in semantic search, the influence of Google Hummingbird and RankBrain, and more.
And to learn about those aspects of semantic search and also about how it impacts your SEO strategy, see Eric's in-depth guide to semantic search on our blog. And we'll provide you a link as usual in the notes for this episode.
Now, thanks, Mark, but let's get back to the context of our opening sketch.
Yeah, context.
So, Fred, I'm sorry to have to say this, but I don't think you're a fit for the job opening.
Job opening? I came in here to buy insurance.
Insurance? We don't sell insurance. We amortize reinvested dividend portfolio options on the Lithuanian Stock Exchange.
You're kidding. I wrote my master's thesis on amortization of reinvested dividend portfolio options on the Lithuanian Stock Exchange.
That's incredible. You've got the job.
Awesome. Now, can you include roadside assistance coverage?